I can't promise that's going to be my last joke. of the night.
Joe Alt is your pick out of Notre Dame, and this is the one thing I
like it.
breaking down.
Yeah, I think it's a good
I
pick.
like it.
Yeah.
Breaking down
Justin
fat
Herbert at all
guys is
costs.
hard. Breaking down, I know that. What I try to do is talk to as many offensive linemen, former offensive linemen as possible. I keep saying this, Gordy. They have talked about Joe Alt the way that somebody talks about an all-you-can-eat cinnamon bun. It's
Neighbors is on the phone.
Malik Neighbors
This
is on
dude
the
is
phone.
on it, yeah.
He's like 8
He is
minutes ahead of
on
us.
it.
Neighbors is on the phone.
I thought you were going to be the main interrupter, but it's him.
No, he's got
I'm
it.
just trying to tell you guys the picks. Like,
Nice.
they're coming up, all right?
If he's got it, then
number
we're gonna
6
go
the
with it.
Giants, be prepared for Malik Neighbors, okay?
Joe Alt, you've seen him for a long time. What makes him special?
Big learning lesson here. He was a 3-star for us, which is really sad. I'm going to give the cringe to myself on that one. But he was a 6'7", 270-pound high school kid. So you didn't know if his body was going to fill out, his frame was going to fill out. He played right tackle in high school, so you question his athleticism. Why was he on the right side and not the left? He didn't really just manhandle people in high school. He played in the Minneapolis suburbs. It was COVID. See, these are all the excuses I'm making here. But along the line, he grew into a man. He was 6'9", 321 at the combine. No nonsense guy. At Notre Dame, they're going to run the ball. In many ways, Michigan kind of played it like Notre Dame. Run the ball, power, overpower guys. That's what he developed. 51 pounds of good weight at Notre Dame is pretty impressive.
Chargers fans hate.
Oh,
the pick.
yeah.
Right now in the Yahoo Sports app on the emoji counter, Chargers fans 38%.
Matt, I want to ask
like
you,
it.
fantasy impact. Does this
38.
drop Herbert and the run game moves up way higher?
Well, let's see what they do the rest of this draft, because I get it. And the Chargers guys over there, Matt Money Smith and Chris Hayrie, that do the podcast for the team site, they literally brought me on the show to do a whole receiver episode because their fans were so pissed about the proposition of them doing what just happened, taking a tackle.
Yeah.
So they're like, we got to get the receiver guy on to just do a whole receiver episode, and that just went up in flames with the 5th overall pick here. But the reality is, there are going to be guys on day 2 that could be instant impact players. And history would show us could be potential Pro Bowlers, elite players. We just talked about this at the top of the show. A.J. Brown gets a monster extension. He was a 2nd-round pick. Just because they don't take the guy here at 5 doesn't mean they can't take a Ricky Pearsall in round 2, and then maybe come back with Javon Baker later. There are ways to build a receiver core beyond just taking, maybe one of these rare talents.
And there are some
If
guys.
you've spent months hearing about Malik, and then all of a sudden, I understand why fans feel that way, because it's just hard to break down fat guys. I love a draft of fat guys.
It's
Honestly,
definitely sexier.
I was going to say, the Chargers took a receiver in the 1st round last year, and it did not work out.
It did not go well.
That was not
that was not a great pick at the time.
But as a Chargers fan, do you want to see them redo the pick now that there's much more desirable receivers in this draft, or do you want to be like,
are
that
some
pick
guys-
didn't work out, let's go elsewhere?
There are some decision makers that won't take speed till day 2 anyway. No matter
you can
what's
find
out
good
there.
speed all throughout the draft.